You seem uncomfortable. Do it make you nervous, Corky?
No.
Thirsty, maybe.
Curious, maybe.
That's funny. I'm feeling a little bit curious myself.
Wait 6 days for me. If, after those 6 days, I have not returned, say a prayer in memory of me, for I shall have been killed in battle. But if ever, and may God preserve you, I were to return after 6 days have passed, I enjoin you to forget that I was your father, and to refuse me entry, whatever I may say or do, for then I shall be no more than an accursed Vourdalak.
Welcome to Pleasers
and Punishers,
where we talk about movies that people love to watch.
Movies that ruin your today, tomorrow, and yesterday.
And all things kinky and queer.
I'm Caitlin of the North.
I'm May. The cliff is my only friend, Schultz.
And I'm the dancer with amazing calves, Amanda Jane Stern.
Can confirm.
And today we're discussing how I need you more than ever, and we'll only be doing it right, 'cause we'll never be wrong. Together we could take it to the end of the line. My love is like a shadow on me all of the time. Turn around, bright eyes, because we're talking about the Vourdalak from
R.I.P.
2023.
Bonnie Tyler.
R.I.P. Yep, absolutely. That song was supposed to be part of a vampire musical, so there we go.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm. If anyone was like, why did you choose that one today? That's why. And because of Bonnie Tyler, of course. But this is the Vourdalak from 2023, directed by Adrian Beau, co-written by Beau and Hadrien Bouvier, starring Casey Matet-Klein. He's Swiss.
Yeah, I know him from an André Tachine movie called Being 17.
Ariane Labed, Gregoire Collin. I don't think
it's probably pronounced Colin.
Probably, but I'm going to say Colin because I can. I'm just going to mispronounce everything this entire episode. Surprise again, it's French. Vasily Schneider, Claire, this one got me. Duberk.
Yeah.
There's a C and a Q next to each other, everyone, and it ends her
I think you're doing it right, to be honest.
Hooray! And then Adrian Beau is also the voice of Gorcha.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, so everybody loves puppets, and this movie is essentially the opposite of a Muppet movie. There is one puppet, and everyone else is human. So people love to do like, ooh, I want to make this movie where everyone's a Muppet except this one actor. So let's do the opposite of that. What film or story would you like to make into a movie in this style where there is one character that is a puppet or a Muppet and everyone else is human?
Clue. Hear me out. Yvette is played by Miss Piggy.
Oh my god, no, that is such a perfect answer. I love that so much. Oh my god.
Good. I am coming up with this on the fly, and I'm going to say John Wick, and John Wick is played by a puppet.
Okay, is it like puppet Keanu Reeves, or is it a specific Muppet playing John Wick?
And which Muppet?
I do like the idea of a Muppet of Keanu Reeves doing this would be pretty excellent.
Especially when he's like stabbing all the guys in the junk. He really likes to go for the junk.
Who doesn't? And if it's going to be a Muppet, I almost just said Beaker for no reason.
Oh my, no, that's perfect.
Keep it,
that's
keep
perfect.
It,
yeah, yep. First thing that popped into my head, I was like, Beaker.
Okay, I'm gonna make that John Wick meme where it's like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back, but it's just gonna be meep, 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 and it's gonna be Beaker.
That's so good.
Incredible, I love it. So mine is The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh my god.
But Gina Davis is Miss Piggy.
Wonderful.
Oh my god.
Thank you. And yes, I also came up with that on the fly.
What about Thelma and Louise, where Brad Pitt is played by Kermit the Frog?
I think... Ooh... I don't know if Kermit fits in that role. I feel like it would have to be Gonzo.
Oh my god!
But like Gonzo trying to be sexy and trying to seduce these two women who are clearly bisexual and in love with each other. Oh, that would be so funny. I love that. Well, speaking of three ways, let's get into some role play.
Is that your bathing suit? Is that your overbite?
Now, one of you will be the drowning victim, and the other one gets to be our lifesaver.
I'll be the victim. All your life.
Excellent transition, by the way. Just
Thank you.
mwah, mwah.
After being attacked by bandits, Marquis Jacques-Antoine Saturnin d'Urfé. Did I do that okay?
Marquis Jacques-Antoine Saturnin d'Urfé.
Saturnin d'Urfé.
It's an I, so...
Got it. Attempts to find shelter, but is rejected and sent to the house of old Gorsha for shelter and supplies. Along the path in the woods, he encounters a singing woman who is startled away by his presence. He is led by a man, who he at first mistakes for a woman, to the house where everyone looks upon him with suspicion. The singing woman from the woods is also there and completely ignores him until Daddy gets home.
She has nailed that Slavic stare, I just have to say.
She really has.
Like, you're just looking into my soul and making me feel bad about it.
This woman in real life is married to Yorgos Lanthimos.
That's so wild.
Which makes sense. Also,
Yes.
she's only 3 years older than me. But
she's a good bit older than Jack and the actor who plays Piotr. They're both like 24 in this movie, and she's 38.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yegor and Anya, their son Vlad, and Yegor's siblings Piotr and Zdenka, the family of Old Gorsha, are barely surviving after an assault by the Turks a month previous. Yegor is angry to find that his father has gone off to fight, and Zdenka recounts what Gorsha said before leaving, that if he should try to return after more than 6 days, he will surely be a Vourdalak. The Marquis attempts to woo Zdenka, bites into an apple that contains a worm, which Zdenka eats before handing him back the apple.
Yes,
Then
yes.
kind of attempts to take her by force. She leads him toward a cliff where he almost falls, and she threatens him should he ever get any salacious ideas again. As they walk and talk, she recounts the tale of her lost love. Back at the house, they find old Gorsha shrouded under his coat over at the tree line. Yegor carries him to the dinner table outside, where he demands Piotr kill the dog to stop it from barking. I watched this with Maeve, and I was literally sitting there going, no, 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 no.
I know.
I was so upset. Gorsha, who, by the way, is a life-sized puppet, produces the head of Alibek, the leader of the enemy Turks, jokes around with his grandson Vlad, and then gets carried inside to go to sleep by Yegor. During the night, the Marquis either has a dream about or actually gets stalked by a figure crawling on the ceiling.
I call these the Gorsha gotchas.
Love it.
Perfect.
No notes.
In the morning, Gorsha is gone, and Yegor insists on searching for him in spite of Vlad being ill. Anya tells the Marquis of the dream she had, in which she found Vlad's bed empty and soaked in blood. The Marquis, Zdenka, and Piotr gather wood to make stakes, and the siblings tell him about the curse of the Vourdalak. The family perform a ritual to help Vlad, but are interrupted by the return of Yegor, and Vlad barfs, then runs away. Also, what kind of egg did she crack that a finger came out of, and Maeve went, chicken fingers?
Okay, Maeve.
No.
Okay.
It's the chicken fingers.
Okay.
Living with her is very interesting. It's always a surprise.
I did want to say one of the things that's really interesting, because I immediately was like, oh my God, I love the red fingers. And that is a Balkan thing where a lot of henna actually came from Turkey when they were being invaded and colonized. But the way they would do henna in that area was not necessarily like the designs, but they would do like their fingertips and their palms.
Ooh, I love that.
That's cool.
Oh, fuck. Fingerless gloves. Sorry. Have y'all seen the fake Goosebumps covers where it's like they're the actual covers but with fake titles? And the one for the kid who's like turning into a werewolf, it looks like he's wearing fingerless gloves. So it says, oh, fuck, fingerless gloves. And I think about that often. That night in the woods, the Marquis attempts to defend Vlad against Gorsha, but Gorsha uses his Vourdalak powers to levitate the Marquis into a tree, knocking him out. Then he feeds on his grandson. The family harmonize beautifully as Zdenka and Piotr guide Yegor's hands to drive a stake through Vlad's heart, but Gorsha interrupts the ceremony and gets real creepy with everyone. Inside, he demands that the Marquis and Zdenka dance.
What wonderful calves. Those women at the French court, they must love your calves. I relate to them.
That's when I went, oh, oh.
I was very impressed by how fast she picked up on that style of dancing, like courtly dancing. Because again, Balkan folk dancing, there's a lot of, you are with a lot of people.
Yes,
and
it is
you're
wildly
all
different than French court dancing.
I always love talking about Balkan dancing. I go to Balkan nights. It's great. I have a friend who's from Bulgaria.
Really?
Yes, yeah. So I have
That's
a friend
so
who's
fucking
from
cool.
Bulgaria originally. And so we have, once a year, there's a big one in Seattle, which is a ton of fun. Bottles of wine are like $20.
Nice.
So everyone drinks a lot of wine and
As one does.
a lot of dancing, a lot of music. And one of the things that's very funny about it is you know all the steps, but it's kind of just like you don't know what steps you're going to use until the music starts. And based on kind of the rhythm and the I cannot remember the pacing of the song.
The tempo?
Thank you. Yes. Oh, this is what happens when you don't sleep for. You only get like 5 hours of sleep 2 nights in a row. Whatever.
Oh no.
But so the tempo, so it has to do with like the tempo of the song and kind of the rhythm. So then someone pretty much is like, "This is the dance we're going to do," and then everyone knows all the steps except for our group who is just there to have a great time and try.
Excellent. Also, I don't think I realized that Balkan was the term from Bulgaria.
So Balkan,
It's a region.
Yeah, it's a region.
Got it.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
Serbia,
Like Slavic is also a region of countries. So this is the story that this is based on is set in Serbia.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Piotr arrives made up beautifully and wearing a flower crown to stake his father, who shoots him with a musket. Yegor blames the Marquis for bringing misfortune upon his family and beats him, then ties him up. The Marquis can only watch as Anya embraces her son and he feeds upon her, and can only listen and beg Zdenka not to throw herself from the cliff. In the morning, he rides off on the horse he was promised, but comes back to rescue Zdenka, who kisses him and brings him into her bed to make love. Alas, it was actually Gorsha, who is now drenched in the Marquis' blood.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Despite the gaping hole in his neck, the Marquis manages to stake Gorsha. The rest of the family, all Vourdalaks now, await him in the kitchen.
The framing of some of the shots in this movie.
So beautiful.
There are scenes where they're using a smoke machine outside and it makes it look like the characters are glowing.
Yeah, it also helps that this was shot on Super 16 and then blown up a little bit, scanned in 2K. It gives the whole thing this otherworldly feeling.
It's beautiful.
Be nice, I'm going to say it again, if Shudder would fix their compression algorithm so it looked as good as it should.
Yeah.
He heads back to the bedroom where Gorsha confesses his love, then sets the house ablaze with a lamp. He finds Sedanka at the cliff's edge and gives her a map before plunging backward from the cliff, joyful that he was able to free her, but not realizing that she has become a Vourdalak. She rides off on the horse and, as a letter displayed on the screen tells us, ends up at a house of nobility where she will likely continue to spread the curse. All right. Was Piotr gay, trans, or both?
Well, I think Piotr is attracted to men. So if Piotr is trans, then she is straight lady.
Yes. That's what I think.
That's
Yes.
what I don't know if I'd
Same.
say. I definitely think this is a character that exists somewhere on the spectrum of this is not a cisgendered guy. That's 100%. Because of when this is set, I think they're handling it well. This was a movie made by a queer person. It's a very a lot of the actors in this are known to me through other queer movies. So I don't know if Piotr is necessarily trans or just non-binary or genderqueer. Piotr is definitely attracted to men.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we touched on it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is look, everybody in this movie dies. So it's not a bury your gays thing. This is
No.
about a family unit being destroyed because of machismo. And
Yep.
Piotr is one of the few sympathetic characters in the movie.
Anything to add, Caitlin?
Oh no, I was just like, I agree, and I agree. So
Excellent.
a great choice in flower crowns.
Yep.
Excellent earrings.
Beautiful actor.
Oh,
Beautiful
With that
Beautiful
lipstick
actor,
on.
yes.
Ooh.
Honestly,
Ooh.
especially in that femme look,
Yeah.
feels like they could have been plucked from an Argento film. Because as
Yes,
we know,
this-
Argento always has queer characters in his stuff, and they are never treated as subhuman.
You know, this is a beautiful actor.
Yep. All right, Amanda, this was your pick, so tell us about your experience with this movie.
This is obviously not my first watch. This is a pretty new movie. So I saw it. It says 2023. I don't think that's really when it came out here in the States. I think it was more like 24 or 25.
Yeah, I think it was on the festival circuit starting in 2023, and then I don't think Shudder acquired it until a year or two ago.
Yeah. Because I watched it pretty quickly after it came out to Shudder, and I heard horny queer vampire movie with a puppet, and I was immediately, well, I am in. And Julian and I watched it, of course, and our immediate takeaway was, if you don't like this, I guess you just don't like movies. This is amazing. We fucking love this. This is our kind of shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the weird fairy tales. I was immediately into this. So when we were doing Free for All July, this was one of my first two movies that popped into my head of what to pick.
Excellent. What about you, Caitlin?
I definitely saw this when it first came out on Shudder, but I think I was really, really stoned because when I watched it this
You?
time, I was like, I know, shocking.
This might be
So
a
when
weird
I-
one to watch, Stone.
I kind of wish I had
Real
been stoned when I watched it, just because of how beautiful it was.
It's so beautiful.
pretty.
Because, there are definitely parts of this that I did not remember as well as I probably should have. So watching it for this was excellent. Like you said, I love a weird fairy tale as well. I fucking love puppets.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody loved puppets.
Puppets are great.
They're just so incredible. So this is, and then everyone dies at the end. This is really my kind of thing as well. So it's
Give me that shit.
Yeah.
Horny.
yes.
Oh yeah, this movie is very horny. Which for a family in Serbia that's struggling after an attack by the Turks, you wouldn't think it would be this horny.
But
You
it is
But it is.
horny.
Yeah. This movie fucks.
Yup.
Yeah.
So this was a first watch for me. I I don't know. When it first came out, I was like, I'm going to cover this on a podcast. I know I'm going to end up covering this on a podcast. And similarly to how I always want my first listen of a new album to be on vinyl, if I'm getting it on vinyl, I kind of love when my first watch of something is specifically for a podcast, because I get to really talk about my initial impressions of it. And also, you know, especially if one or both of you have seen it before, dive deeper than I normally would get to after a first watch. So I'm kind of glad I saved it. And like I said, I watched it with Maeve and we had a great time with it. You know, the only problem with having it be a first watch is I'm writing my synopsis. And so sometimes I have to like pause and make sure that I'm not missing anything. But yeah, this was just so beautiful. I haven't looked up to see if it's available on physical media yet, but if it is,
I believe it is. I believe the director posted on his Instagram.
Okay, excellent, because this is a movie I would like to own. I want it to look and sound as good as possible. I want those special features. Just absolutely beautiful. And part of that is that it is a period piece, and it pulls that off very effectively. And
well, one of the things I love is, so the score is inspired by a composer named Nino Rota, who did a lot of Zeffirelli stuff. And I, as a like preteen, early teen, was insanely obsessed with Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet, which also has a score by Nino.
I know exactly where you're going with this. So I was like,
I used to have his scores like on my, you know, back in the day iPod.
You're such a nerd, and I love it.
so good.
Well, speaking of nerds, let's discuss the film's context in our next section, Faith and Chance.
I can't exist by myself because I'm afraid of myself, because I'm the maker of my own evil. Goodness is only some kind of reflection upon evil. That's all it is.
Okay, this is a really new movie, and it's also French, so I kind of broke this down into what was going on in French movies. This is French. It's weird. That tracks. There was also kind of this push of going back to overtly erotic cinema, so you had stuff like Both Sides of the Blade come out that year, which was an erotic thriller. And then in the U.S., what was going on? This is Barbenheimer year.
Yeah.
That's it, Barbenheimer.
So this was, the only thing that was pretty much happening in U.S. movies.
Barbenheimer.
I still never saw Oppenheimer. I never will. Christopher Nolan's a fucking bootlicker who thinks cops are good guys. I've been done with him for a long time. I'll still watch Memento.
I did see Oppenheimer in theaters. I didn't do them on the same day. There was no way I would do that. But yeah, that's what it was. It was the summer of Barbenheimer, and that was everywhere.
Yep.
What was not everywhere was the family of the Vourdalak. So this is based on a novella by Alesky Tolstoy from 1839.
Different Tolstoy than the one most
different
people
than
know.
Not Leon,
but
or
they
Leo.
They are brothers, I think.
Oh,
They are related. They are definitely
roommates?
related. Just roommates.
Cousins?
Long-time roommates.
Adopted.
Two guys chilling in a hot tub 5 feet
adopted
apart because they're
son.
not gay.
That's my favorite historical one. The adoption.
Adopted.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
Well, no, it's because if there was a gay couple and one was significantly wealthier than the other, they could adopt their lover, because then if they died, they were able to leave everything to their lover. That was their way of getting married.
The things we have had to do throughout history to be able to provide for our loved ones is so fucked up. That is so fucked up. I mean, unless that's your kink, which, you know, fine, whatever. But, like, you shouldn't have to do that.
Yep. But that is a historical, that's a real thing of adopting your lover, so that, and this is the couple that E.M. Forster's book Morris is based on. That's what happened there. That's how the book Gaywick ends, that one is significantly wealthier, and so he literally adopts his lover because that way. Yeah, spoilers for a book from 1980. But yeah, no, there's a lot of historical basis for this.
Nice.
Not that
I mean,
this
not
is clearly we've just like bullshitted from Oleski Tolstoy, who was probably just brothers, like actual brothers.
So I did look it up, and I'm so
Okay.
glad I did because I was way off. It just says a member of the aristocratic Tolstoy family and a distant relative of Leo Tolstoy.
Okay, so he could have been an adopted lover.
Right.
I mean, this book. Okay, I don't think the book is as gay as the movie was.
Lame.
From the plot line that I've read of the book.
So Rue Morgue, I think about 7 years ago, put out a reading of it. It's on YouTube. It's called like Babble Horror or Blabber Horror. I knew I should have written this down, and I was going to have a problem remembering exactly what it was. But if you do want to listen to it, it's about like an hour
Okay.
to listen, so it's very quick. They were doing a series on non-English horror. So, I also wanted to call him Trotsky, so that's a problem I'm having. So, Oleski Tolstoy. They all have like 10 different names.
Uh-huh.
You never know
Try
who's
reading
talking
Russian
to who.
literature.
Oh,
and it's like,
yes.
wait. This is another nickname for the
idea.
same. Who? What? No.
Yep, that check off. Any of it, you're like, wait, who? Yeehaw. This is from 1839 and is actually written in French originally. Tolstoy was on a trip to France from Frankfurt. I got some of this from Wikipedia, which I don't know why it was very funny to me, like where he was attached to the Russian embassy. And I'm like,
Thank you, Wikipedia.
right?
Great
I
phrasing.
feel like there was a better way to say that, but they didn't. So this novella, though, is based on a poem out of Pushkin's Songs of the Western Slavs cycle from 1830. This is the first time the word Vourdalak appears in any sort of written work. And here's the fun part. Why I'm talking about this is because based on this poem, the Songs of the Western Slavs cycle was based on La Guzla by Prosper Jeremy.
The Guzzler?
I know. I was like,
Guzla.
La Guzla?
Louise Guzman? I love Louise.
I know
Guzman.
his son.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So Prosper. No, don't pronounce the S. Proper, maybe? Merime?
That sounds way more correct than what I said. So I'm going
I heard
with that.
propane mermaid.
So,
Yes, that's it. Propane mermaid.
Hank Hill would be proud.
right. Propane accessory.
Propane mermaid.
Yep. So
Dang
so
it, Bobby. I'm sorry.
no, this is so good.
So tell us about
La
Propane
Guzla,
Mermaid.
Right, Propane Mermaid. So this was a collection of ballads, particularly like Balkan, Slavic folklore, a lot of Serbian. It was presented as authentic. It was a complete hoax.
Love
None
it.
of these were authentic. They were all made up.
Interesting.
I love it.
I found a little wonderful JSTOR had an article called Pushkin's Song of the Western Slavs, Ballads of Betrayal by Leslie O'Bell. So that was very fun.
Okay.
So Pushkin based this off of a fake folklore story.
That's kind of incredible,
The
though.
original
Presented as
hoax.
real.
Huh.
Love it.
Yes. So good.
Well, at
And-
least it wasn't made with AI.
Yeah.
People had to read this and were writing things.
He went through the trouble of making this.
Yep. And apparently, so the term Vourdalak was probably from a work by Byron, which I wrote down, and I know I'm not going to also be able to pronounce this. This is going to be the song of the episode. The Gia War? The Gia Hour? The Jower?
It's.
Like Guy Gyar. Yar. But in this story, it says the Greek word for vampire is Vourdaloka, which is a corruption of the word Virkolauskas, which does come from the Slavic word Vukoldlak.
Okay.
Yes, and so I wrote down a bunch of different spellings here. So it's like Vourdalak, 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 Vourdalak. And what this is really is a type of vampire from Russian literature. And specifically, what sets it apart from regular vampires is it drinks the blood of their families. Mm-hmm. That's what they're into. For Russians, the word for vampire is, again, I'm so sorry, everyone, upir. Typically was a former, witch, werewolf, someone who sinned a lot, got excommunicated. Could be vampires in Ukraine, which is upuri. Vampires usually were the ones that brought, droughts and epidemics. So in the 19th century, when this all came out, the Vourdalak and, a vampire would not have been considered the same creature. They were very, very different. And in Western Slavic languages, Vourdalak means wolf fur or wolf hide. So a lot of times when this is kind of presented, it's a bit of a, vampire wolf hybrid. Other works with Vourdalaks appear in the Vourdalak. It's a segment, 1963 horror anthology Black Sabbath by Mario Bava. Woo. La Notte de Diavoli. 1972, I think, Night of the Devils, directed by Giorgio Ferroni, based on the Tolstoy novella. In 2012's Werewolf, The Beast Among Us, there's a Vourdalak there. And then it's on Tubi. I just started randomly watching it one day, and I was like, oh, this is the same story. It's called Red Iron Road. It is a collection of animated folktales by, it's also an anthology, by different directors and everything. And they're all based on Slavic folklore. And the first one is the family of the Vourdalak. And again, going from Red Iron Road and to the original novel, the narrator, our main character, really all the time is just women, beautiful women. I was drawn
this guy
to
was so
woman.
straight in this movie.
Women.
All right, so it seems like this movie has an interesting reception. It has an approval rating of 96% on Rotten Tomatoes based on 48 reviews. This is good.
Few?
On IMDb, it only has a 6.4 out of 10. Paltry.
Haters. Fucking haters. Losers.
And on Letterboxd, it has a 3.7 out of 5 or a 7.4 out of 10, which again is too low. Oh, yeah, I haven't logged it yet, but this is getting 5 stars for me.
This is a 5-star and a heart movie for me.
It is so beautifully creative. It is so unique in our modern horror landscape, and it's just a well-made movie.
It's a 5-star movie for me. Everybody else is wrong.
Yep, that's true.
Wrong.
One of my favorite parts about this, too, is just kind of the feeling this movie, evokes. A bit of a nostalgic feeling, the way everything was filmed and the sets and the costumes. And it really does a great job of almost taking you back, to the 60s.
I was going to say the 70s.
Yeah,
it
60s,
actually
70s.
at points reminds me of some Jean Roland films. When Piotr was showing the Marquis to the house, I joked with Maeve, oh, are they going to the house from Fascination? Because that would have made complete sense for that to happen.
And this is a debut directorial feature.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yep.
I cannot wait to see
what
they do next.
Right.
Ooh. All right. Well, speaking of gimme more, let's make that money. And now we'll dig into the meat, the goo, the viscera, the puppet guts in a section we call Enough is a Myth.
No. I've done enough. Enough is a myth.
All up in those puppet guts.
You know, I'm kind of sad we didn't get any actual puppet guts. We do get puppet blood, though, which is pretty cool.
No.
No, that just means dick
I
in
know.
Yiddish.
Everything in Yiddish means dick.
It's true.
Schlong, schwanz, schmuck, putz.
My dad used to call me variations of that in Yiddish when I did something stupid, and every time I found out what one of those words means, I would ask him to stop, and he would be like,
And move on to another Yiddish word for...
yeah. And it's like,
Good
hey,
news, I have a lot of names to call you.
maybe don't make your kid feel like an idiot when they make a mistake. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be the thing to do.
Yeah.
Go crazy. You know,
But we're
wild.
not talking about my family. We're talking about
We're
this
talking
family.
about other daddies.
This fucked up family.
It's a perfect segue. I'm so sorry.
That was so
Nope,
good.
it was great.
Alrighty. So Caitlin already brought this up, but a Vourdalak is a Russian vampire that must consume the blood of its family members to turn them into Vourdalaks as well. When Gorsha arrives home as a Vourdalak, Pyotr and Stenka, who don't conform to traditional gender roles or societal ideas, realize something is off. But macho brother Yegor would rather blame the effeminate Frenchman Jacques. What is this movie trying to say about rigid gender ideals, specifically masculinity? By the end of the movie, the only kind of survivor is the fallen woman, Stenka.
One of the things that I find really interesting about this is not only does Yegor blame Jacques for this. I had a moment because this kept coming up in my mind when I was watching this. I'm like, imagine waking up as Jacques every day and having to redo your makeup in these kind of.
We do
like,
watch him do it, yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
like he's out in the woods, like with the travel parts too. I was just like, he's waking up every day and he's redoing this. It's just
Hey, that's what I used to do when I worked opening shifts at Starbucks. I would get up at 4 in the morning, do my makeup in the dark, and go to work. And I would have to be there at 5.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I would get up at 5 in the morning and do my makeup before leaving.
Well, if the things we do.
I did not have those time management skills, so I was not waking up. I was also not sleeping when I was going to school, like period. So I wasn't waking up at 5 anywhere early enough because I needed some sleep. But what I do find very interesting is that, like, Jaeger is also willing to sacrifice his son to give reverence to his. I don't know, I said it like that, but reverence to, like, his father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's especially interesting later when Gorsha says if a father can't be everything for his son, then he is nothing.
We're gonna get into some of that language.
Yeah.
Yes. But I do think that, especially because Jaeger is pretty much introduced yelling at Pyotr about, like, what are you wearing?
Yeah, he's the sibling you're supposed to dislike.
And just the toxicness of what he is doing, and basically, like, there is one way. This is the way. This is the way of the family, the heteronormative family. And then they all die.
Yeah, and it's, even though he's trying to blame other people, it's all because of him.
Yep.
No one else wanted Gorsha back.
Right.
Nobody.
He's the one who insisted on, like, oh, we need to take care of him. And everyone else was like, no, 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 no. I read an article that someone interpreted because of what happens toward the end of the movie when Gorsha has essentially presented himself as Sedenka to the Marquis, that he can change his appearance at will. And they suggested that Igor is not seeing him as this emaciated puppet man, that he is actually seeing him as his real father. And I don't know if I agree with that, but I found it interesting enough that I wanted to bring it up.
He sees what he wants to see.
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But Yeah, it's his stubbornness, his unwillingness to listen to the people around him that gets his entire family killed. And the fact that Gorsha went out to fight in the first place when he absolutely didn't have to, because he felt the need to prove his usefulness and his masculinity.
Also, especially in regards to his eldest son.
Yeah, like, oh, my son's out there fighting. I need to be out there fighting too, or I will be seen as weak. What year does this take place? Does it take place around the time that it was written? So like the 1830s?
I think it's like maybe the 1700s.
I think it's a little earlier, yeah.
Okay.
Because also, if this is the French court that we're seeing, that would probably be pre-revolution.
And the makeup and
yeah,
everything
so
as well.
1700s.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna get into this, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, the patriarchy has just ruined so many lives.
Okay, so speaking of other children, Stenka cannot get married because she had sex out of wedlock with a man she intended to run away with. But he was murdered before they could elope. It is later revealed that Gorsha killed his daughter's lover, thus tainting her reputation, even though Jovan, the lover, did intend to marry her. Let's unpack this. Historically speaking, when a young woman had premarital sex that was discovered, she was often married off to the first willing man. If it was the man she actually had sex with, even better. Here, Jovan was more than willing to marry Stenka. So, did Gorsha kill him because he was a foreigner? Or is there some weirder incestuous layer to uncover? Is Gorsha only okay with lovers for his daughter whom he chooses? Just think about the very end of this movie and how that might add to this reading.
I mean, there's definitely weird shit going on with the dynamics in this family, even before Gorsha gets turned into a fucking vampire. And do you want to ask your third question? Because I feel like it's hard to answer this without bringing that in.
Right. So following up on that, Jacques seems to awaken some sort of queer desires within Gorsha. Do we think this queer desire is new and born of his Vourdalak status, or could this be the reason he went after Jovan as well? Did he come on to Jovan? Because remember, he comes on to Jacques when he now has the ability to present as his daughter instead of himself, only to be spurned by his daughter's lover. Then Jacques would be at least the second young man interested in Stenka that Gorsha has found himself drawn to.
Honestly, I think that reading makes a lot of sense, because why would he kill his daughter's lover knowing that, like, yeah, they could get married and then it wouldn't be a problem that she had premarital sex. Why would he do that if he did not have a specific connection to Jovan? So, yeah, I think he probably did try to seduce Jovan and was rejected and killed him out of jealousy.
And it's also, remember, at this time period, that's what he would have felt compelled to do as someone who portrays himself as super macho, as like the manly man, but also he's come on to another man who spurned him. That could be dangerous for him if that word gets out.
Yep. Yeah, it's basically like the gay panic defense or the trans panic defense. And I think this also ties in with Piotr not conforming to his assigned gender. I think that Gorsha's queer repression, like in a lot of stories where people repress their queerness because of societal expectations, familial expectations, etc., it destroys them from the inside, and it causes them to destroy other people.
And it also causes, it leads to how much he loathes Piotr, who has embraced themselves.
Yeah, Piotr gets to be who they want to be.
And Piotr is a precious baby angel and needs to be protected.
As much as possible when their older brother is not being a fucking piece of shit.
Fuck Jaeger.
I'm sure that's part of, besides like defending himself from getting staked, I'm sure that feeds into why Gorsha just kills Piotr without hesitation.
And doesn't turn Piotr.
Right. Yep.
Which also, there's some weird sexual tension between Piotr and Jacques. So that's
Oh,
another,
yeah.
you know, that Gorsha sees Piotr as more of a threat to being with Jacques than Stenka.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Jacques is the straightest man to ever straight.
With his courtly dancing and makeup.
Hey, I just want to know how it worked for him to top Gorsha.
I was wondering that too.
Like, I try not to think about the mechanics of it too
thought about
much, but like, okay, sure, that's fine.
Well,
It's
was
magic.
it like an
you know
was
what?
it like an
gonna say
M
it's so
butterfly
magical.
situation?
This orifice seems really hard that I'm putting this all into.
But I think it felt like to be grotesque.
Oh no,
a wet hole.
Yeah, I think it felt like a puss, definitely.
But what I wonder is was he actually in
French, les
Gorsha's
poussées.
butthole?
I mean,
or was he just
probably.
like frauding?
I mean, he
I
seemed to
assume
think
butthole,
he
so.
was like actually topping someone,
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. Hey,
Magic,
you know what?
A magical wet hole.
Maybe Gorsha came pre-lubed. You know, some people do.
I guess I was also thinking about Gorsha in terms of being a puppet, so that's why I was like, why is your voice so hard?
Fuck a puppet.
A wooden puppet. A marionette, if you will.
Welcome to
Everybody
Pleasers and
loves
Punishers,
puppets.
everybody, where we discuss the practicalities of puppet fucking.
Okay, so I just said a lot about that. Caitlin, do you have anything to add?
I mean, I've followed all of that, I think, correct. So interesting, too, where they're like, Zdenka has to live with us now, and no one likes her. For like,
She and Piotr get along pretty well.
yes, except for Piotr, which I think she's been loaning Piotr her earrings
And
For
makeup.
sure.
and makeup, 100%.
And clothing.
It's really fascinating, too, when you think about this, because obviously France is heavily Catholic. And Russia, at the time, would have been heavily Orthodox, which is an offshoot of Catholicism. I will not get into that.
You don't want
There's
to
a
teach us
lot
about Russian
there.
Orthodoxy?
You have to take like a whole ass class for
I know.
all of that. But I know they had like a different like fingers, that pew pew pew, that they were up to. The way they crossed themselves are different, but for the most part, it is still like Catholicism.
But also, remember, it was written in 1839, and it's set earlier.
Yes, and in Serbia technically, but they would have been Catholic.
Yes.
Pretty much at the same time. So rolling that into queerness and gender nonconformity and get like murdering this man that you had a very strong sexual attraction to, Gorsha, that just like also the role of Catholicism that would have played into this, as we love
You
the
mean
Catholic
the Father,
Church here
the
on
Son, the holy puppet?
the Holy Puppet. The
Wow.
Holy Puppet.
I'm here for the puppet hole.
Yeah, I was going to say holy puppet, like,
puppet.
it's got a hole.
That hard puppet hole.
No, it's self-lubricating.
Speaking of self-lubricating, let's play a game.
Hello. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
I like, these episodes were all just a little baddie.
Honestly, it's my favorite. It's part of why I love this show, because like we could be talking about the most upsetting shit in the world and still giggling because that's just our
See,
vibe.
the night porter.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Caitlin, what's our game today?
So, We're gonna fuck, marry, kill puppet.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have Jacques. I wanted to call him something completely different. Jacques.
Igor?
Yes, thank you, Igor. Because I'm right in the middle of rewatching House of the Dragon to catch myself back up to watch the third. I want to be like, I know, be like Jagor, but that's not.
No, they pronounce it Yegor.
Yegor.
Oh, Yegor. I've been saying
Yegor.
Igor. Like Igor with
Like,
a J.
yay, verily, yay.
Yegor.
Okay, so Jacques, Yegor.
Piotr, and Gorsha.
Oh, we don't get Anya or Sedanka.
Nope,
Okay.
we're just doing the men's.
Okay,
make it
so
a
here's
bit
my question.
more difficult.
So Gorsha in this scenario
Is
When
a
he's
puppet or is not a
puppet.
is not a puppet. Okay.
Not a puppet yet.
I'm-
Or you can unpuppify him, I guess, if you wanted to fuck, marry, or kill him.
Okay. I'm gonna say puppet Yegor, fuck Jacques, kill Gorsha, and marry Piotr. I mean,
I have the
Duh.
exact same.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was one I was going to switch, but then I completely...
I'm with May 100%.
Yeah, I mean, Gorsha needs to die. He's a piece of shit. We turn Yegor into a puppet, and then, like, he's...
I mean, then he becomes hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, and-
imagining him as a
Can't
Muppet
hurt us
now.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't hurt us anymore because everything he says just sounds ridiculous. And then, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be married to Jacques, so I'll fuck
No.
him once and be done. But I
Yeah.
would stay with Piotr.
Oh, yeah. Especially, like, if Piotr gets to, like, express
Oh,
their gender fully.
absolutely.
Like,
Also,
yes,
they're
yes, very much.
beautiful.
ugh, seriously.
I'd be like, look at my beautiful non-binary, Piotr
Spouse.
baby.
My betrothed.
oh, I
betrothed.
love that. All right, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that even though everyone dies at the end of this movie, this is a fucking pleaser. Yes, I mean,
And it's Quinky.
Yeah, it's quickie.
okay, I'm glad that's
quinky.
stuck. Unlike
Quinky
Fetch.
pleaser.
Yeah, this
Never
is
gonna happen.
this is a Quinky pleaser. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, oh, I think it's raining outside.
Ooh.
Shit. Again.
All right. Any final thoughts, anybody?
Watch this movie. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
It's on Shudder. It's
Yeah.
It's if you're a horror girly like the rest of us, like you've got Shudder, watch it.
Yeah, it feels like this was really an underseen gem, and so more people need to see it. So you have your homework for the weekend.
Yes. If you have seen this and you know people who haven't seen it, have a movie
them.
night and
Yeah.
make them watch it. If
Make
I had
them
not
watch
already
this.
watched it once today, I would be making my movie night tonight watch it.
Yeah.
It's that good.
It is that good. And it's not long. It's an hour 28.
Yeah. It's 90 minutes, perfect length for a movie.
What did I say to May? It's not very long. It is in French, though. Okay, I
Title
said
your sex tape?
it
Le
is in
Petit
French.
Mort.
Can you imagine? Oh my god, I'd be like, terrible. Good at sex.
You'd
Bad
be
at
like,
French.
oui.
Right, yep.
Go,
Sacre bleu.
Arthur? How you say in French?
How do you say
Merde.
eat in French?
Mange.
Mange mon croissant.
Mange, bois, puss.
Mange ma vagine.
And on that note, let's wrap up with what awaits us next time.
Don't you see? He's got us now. Okay, this is exactly what he wants. We can't go to the police, not now. He's made sure of that. He's just out there and he's watching us and waiting. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
And that brings us to the end of our episode. Thanks so much for joining us on this journey, fellow Vourdalaks. If you like what you hear, please leave us a rating and review wherever you can, because it helps more people find the show, and it makes us all tingly inside.
Oh, you could say mange ma chat. I believe that's cunt.
Oh, mange ma chant.
Shot.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, if you feminine gender the word for cat, it becomes the other kind of pussy.
Okay. Well, now that we've given you that piece of beautiful information, if you want more of us, you can find us on Patreon at... Who is that?
That's Guillermo. I actually forgot that I had set up some like vampire stuff behind me, and then
cute.
completely ended up
should do Kronos.
just blocking it.
Aw. Oh, we should do Kronos. I haven't watched that in forever.
It's
Like,
a good one.
probably since junior high.
It's a good one.
Okay, so if you want more of us being ridiculous, horny weirdos, please head over to patreon.com/podcastperverts. We are wrapping up July. We've had some great stuff this month. An episode on Obsession, an interview with Robbie Joe Banfitch, the filmmaker behind The Outwaters and Tinsman Road, who I got to chill out with the other night again when he was at the Music Box here in Chicago. And I am very excited because he wants to come back on the show and talk about an actual movie with us. So we're going to make that happen. We also have an episode on Wishmaster, the 90s classic, as well as Season 1, Episode 1 of Slasher. You can check out more of us on patreon.com/podcastperverts. We've got some good stuff already lined up for next month. Hopefully our voting will be in for whatever the second movie is we're going to cover. And we hope to see you over there because we put a lot of love into what we do.
And you can check out our amazing roleplay about how to seduce the Wishmaster into bed in our Wishmaster episode.
During which I got so flustered that I had to stop.
That you turned the color of your pink dress.
I sure did. You know what? Part
And
of
if
the
you want
fun
to
of
see it, you gotta join the Patreon, because that's not in our free tier or one of our special freebies.
Correct. You got to join the Patreon at the $10 level for that. But you know what? That's part of what makes our podcast so great, is that we would all fuck each other. I mean, right? It means there's no sexual tension. There's just flirting. And that's great. Well, make sure to keep up with us on socials over on Instagram at Pleasers and Punishers and Blue Sky at Pleasers Punishers. You can also email us at pleaserspunisherspodcast@gmail.com. My face hurts from smiling so much. You can find me on Blue Sky and Letterboxd at Everson Poe. You can find my music everywhere as Everson Poe, 2 separate words, and you can also hear me podcasting on various other things. Caitlin, where can you be found on the internet?
I see that you wrote this out for me.
I wanted to see how it went if I did.
Yes, I'm sure it's going to be better than me trying to figure this out in my head hole.
Is that like a puppet hole?
I was just gonna say.
It's hard and self-lubricating. Oh no.
I think that means you have a traumatic brain injury.
I was like, I don't
Yeah, that sounds like brain bleed. That's not good.
Don't stick anything in that hole.
That was a different episode. That was our episode on Unfriended Dark Web.
Yup.
Yes.
Yes.
Trepanation.
Trepanation. It's like
Don't do that.
trepidation, but completely different.
I almost
and
did too, and
you
it's like,
don't want
that's
it.
not. And there's like
Nipples, whatever it is.
What's
We
on
are-
my titty?
We are a part
on my
of the
titties.
Nipple Nation. Apologies to Miss Jackson, because I was nasty.
I think I said that about Robbie's Miss Crow.
Wait. Let me try that again. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Are you for real? Oh my god.
So, Caitlin, where can you be found on the
Great
internet?
questions. Alleyways, dumpsters popping out.
Put me in the trash.
Where only your finest trash is found. I can be found at Caitlin of the North on Threads and Instagram, Cat of the North on Letterboxd, and on Fuck My Hellmouth, the People Under the Scares Buffy watch-along on their Patreon.
Excellent. Amanda?
I can be found on Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at Amanda Jane Stern. I am Witchy Wanderer at Letterboxd, and you can also hear me podcasting on Murder Made Fiction.
Excellent. What are y'all covering right now?
We are wrapping up Boston Strangler Month on the main feed and The Girl from Plainville on the Patreon. And next month in August, we will be doing John List on the main feed and the Netflix series The Watcher on the Patreon.
Oh, so we get to hear more about John List. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you do.
Well, next week's episode on Pleasers and Punishers begins our anthology August month with Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. This is a classic anthology. I really like this one. I'm excited for y'all to see it. I hope you like it. But
House
until
of
then...
Whores. Sorry.
House of Whores.
House of Whores.
Dr. Terror's House of
She
Horrors.
is a bit of a prostitute in her.
But until then, do some aftercare, clean your toys, set healthy boundaries, and...
enjoy the calves of the dancers of the French court.
Wow, that was an evil laugh I just...